Right, so now page 229. The students in a class recorded how many messages they sent using different forms of messaging. So whether it was text, email, instant messenger, or Twitter over a 4-month period. The diagram shows the percentage of messages sent using each form of the messaging in each of the 4 months. It says use the diagram to complete the table below to show the percentage of messages sent using email in each of the 4 months. Okay, so all you're using is reading from this. Okay, so the email is the white part, isn't it? So we know that represents 10%. So we know each line, 65, 70, it represents 5%. Okay, then here we can see that that's 5%. Here it's 5% again, and here you have 10%. The next thing it says, complete the diagram to show the trend graphs for email, instant messenger, and Twitter over the 4 months. Okay, so if we look here, let's look at instant messenger first, and we know in January 20 to 60, that's 40%. Now you could use different color pens for this, or do it all in pencil first and then do over it with different color pens. Then for the month of February, it is 50%, isn't it? Yeah. Then for March, it's 50% again, and it's 55. Sorry, that's why it's important to do it in pencil. 50%, 50%, and 55%. So you can just, you're reading here, you're basically reading the lines, count the lines. Each one represents is represented by 5%. The next one, so I can join those up. I use a ruler, and that is instant messaging. The next one then is Twitter. So if Twitter is the black, so in January it's 20%. In February it is 25%. In March it is 30%. And again in April it's 25%. So join them up there using a ruler, and that is your Twitter. The last one is email. So email is the part that we just figured out here. So that's easy, 10%, 5%, 5%, 10%. And always write in what that is. That's email. Question 2 then. Below is a menu from a restaurant. A 3-course dinner is made from up of 1 starter, 1 main course, and 1 dessert. Calculate the number of different 3-course meals that can be ordered. So this is your fundamental principle of counting. There's 4 options for starter. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for main, and 3 for dessert. 4 by 5 by 3 is 60. So there's 60 different meal options you can have. In the restaurant, there is a circular poster for each course where the options are represented by sectors of equal area. The poster for the starter is shown in the diagram on the right. Calculate the angle of each sector in the main poster and in the dessert poster. So that makes sense. 360 divided by 90 divided by 4 gives you 90. So each one here is 90 degrees. There are 5 main courses. So 360 degrees divided by 5 is 72%. So each sector in your main course should be 72%. Okay? So, or 72 degrees, excuse me, degrees. The next one then is your dessert. So 360 degrees divided by 3 gives me 120 degrees. So you should have 3 equal sectors of 120 degrees. Now, when you're doing this, you should have definitely 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you should definitely use a ruler and a protractor. I'm just doing it roughly there. So part C then says the owner of the restaurant wants to increase the number of different 3-course dinners that can be ordered. So at the moment you could have 60 different 3-course meals. They want to find out if they add either one starter, one main or dessert, which one will give them the most different option meals. So if we look by adding a starter, so originally there were 4 starters, 3 mains and 1 dessert, which gave you your 60 options. If we added a different starter, main, dessert. If we added a starter, kept the main the same and the dessert the same. Sorry, there was 3 desserts and 5 mains. And we kept the amount of main and dessert the same. That would give me 75 different options. If I added, so kept the starter the same, added a main and kept the dessert the same, I would have 72 different options. If I kept the starter the same, amount of starters the same, the amount of mains the same, and add a dessert, it will give me 80 different meal options. So my answer is add a dessert, an extra dessert. Why? Well, it will give you 80 different meal options as opposed to 72 or 75. Question 3. Etna is going to survey post-primary geography teachers in Ireland. Some of the questions in the survey are shown in the table below. Put a tick in the correct box to show what type of data each question would give. Okay, so how many geography classes do you teach each week? So your answer will be a number. So we know it's going to be numerical data. If it's a whole number answer, it will be discrete data. Okay, and you either teach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 or anything like that. So they're all whole numbers. How much do you like teaching, so that's numerical discrete, sorry. So how much do you like teaching geography? A lot, a little, not at all. So first of all, they are word answers, so it's going to be categorical. That is put in order. A lot, a little, not at all. There's an order there, so that's categorical, ordinal. What subjects other than geography do you like teaching? So again, the answer is going to be a word, so it's categorical data. It's not data that you can put in order, so it's categorical nominal. Etna is going to send her survey to some of the post-primary schools in Ireland. Describe how Etna would select a simple random sample from all the post-primary schools in Ireland. So the easiest thing to do would be give each school in the country a number. Then what you would do is you can use your calculator or Excel or anything like that to generate random numbers and repeat. So repeat this process until you get the sample size you want. That way you're not actually choosing a specific school. Each school is assigned a number, and whatever number comes up, you choose that school. Edna is considering sending her survey by email. State one advantage and one disadvantage of using email. So, an advantage of email, it's cheap and it's fast. A disadvantage is that people might not respond. People are more likely to respond if it's face-to-face or someone speaking to them.